Okay, so I decided to join in with a workshop called the Art Maker Circle, and the last one, which you can see on my Instagram and a couple other bits of my social media, uh, the last one for last Monday was sun was the theme. So there's always like a theme that comes with the project, and then you get like kind of an introductory, a little bit like you have your practice of what kind of, I'm guessing, is like kind of what to maybe focus on. Oh yeah, and then you have themes to choose from that you can choose to choose from, or it's not, the project is not, it's like most typical art projects I've ever done. Of It's very up to what you feel like you want to do. It's just meant to help you practice, because that's the secret in being able to draw, is just you keep doing it until you for me at least, I feel like when I draw, it's an understanding, because you start out with art classes understanding your materials, so you spend a lot of time just getting your brain trained to use the tool of a pencil and understanding how whatever medium you're using works with each other. So there is, like, you gain a knowledge of, I understand how watercolors would work on this type of paper, which is sketch paper, versus a Bristol paper, versus a watercolor paper. So let me see here. Alright. I'm going to do something hopefully a little bit interesting here. Okay. So this one, the theme is Earth and ground in ritual. So, I'll just read it. I know it can be hard for us artists and dreamers to get our feet on the ground. Sometimes our minds are buzzing with a zillion scattered ideas that all look sparkly and infinitely interesting. How to decide where to begin? It is all too much. And other times, we feel bland and empty. Every idea is old, tired, flimsy. When did the world lose its luster? Nothing feels worth the strain of creating it. We are floating away in the white cloud of everlasting blank page. We can also get lost in the swamplands of guilt. One idea has been calling to us for what seems like forever, but we struggle to make the time. We struggle to start. We struggle to finish. We feel like we are failing the idea, and it is starting to hurt our hearts. Where we used to feel the excitement, we now feel like we are avoiding a dear friend because of a broken promise we fear is irrelevant. These are all signs that it is time to take a break from the complexities of our minds and come back down to earth. It is time to plant our feet in the soil, to feel our bodies in space, and to reconnect with simple physical actions. We feel their rhythm, their weight, and their texture. We feel our breath moving as we use pen to page, brush to canvas, finger to instrument. These are simple things. Let them be simple. For a moment, set aside expectations, doubts, and infinitely repeating thoughts. Allow the actions to exist on their own, down here on the earthly plane. Create a ritual, a series of actions that ground you and don't require thinking. Let them unfold. Plant the seed, water it, give it sun and nourishment. Stop obsessing over the perfect flower. Root yourself in the process. Let yourself grow. So the practice, that's like the fancy words. So the practice is Create a simple ritual to open your art making session. Light a candle. I got this cheap little, or this one little candle. See how that does? It's this electric one, so I'm not even gonna light anything because I'm around paper. I don't feel like doing anything like it. So, ooh, relaxing. Sorry, I shouldn't be making fun of this because it's just, the thought is just do something that's like gets you, I guess, in the mood. You know, for me, it will be music, but I'll be putting on a headset and listening to music because too many times when I play music while I'm drawing, I get oh, hey, we're going to have to mute this because you don't own the rights to this. And I'm like, But music for me is a huge part of creating. So I'm going to probably do that, which it says here, light a candle, take 3 deep breaths, stretch, wipe down your desk, arrange your paints, which I have. I have all, some of my art supplies. And I have my Copic. Let's see if I can do that. Yeah, my Copics. So these I might be using. Ooh, pretty. My precious. And I still have more, but these are the base ones. And if I have to get up and get more from my big bin, I will. Which, what I mean by more, they're the refillables. And I use the refillables when I draw sometimes. It creates kind of a nice splatter effect sometimes. But we'll see. We'll see what I feel like doing. Because I try with this not to have a plan. And my ritual for this one is showing my ritual. Which, sometimes it's like this, sometimes it's not. Depends on what I'm doing. If I'm drawing comic books, usually I have assorted references, which most of it's digital. I'll have my drawing tablet, and then I'll have just, my Wacom Cintiq tablet. Then I'll have I have my monitor. Then I have, sometimes I even have a TV, which I have have other things to be able to project stuff from my computer on there, so I can just sit on the couch and kind of have. That's usually my tradition or my ritual. Is I go on the couch. I have a glass of tea or something next to me, and maybe little snacks or whatever. Because once when I start drawing, I have a habit of, for a long project, I will forget to eat. I really haven't had that problem lately with my weight gain. But anyways, let's continue. Okay, 3 deep breaths, arrange your paints, turn on music. It is up to you. Write down your ritual like a recipe on an index card and refer to it when you begin. I'm just going to record it. Alright, I'll just go, hey, what did I do last time? I have it all on video. Okay. The key is to repeat the ritual each time you create. Establish a rhythm that helps your mind release its grip on you. Approach your artwork this week as a series of simple physical actions. Feel them fully and let them carry you. Okay? So it's just creating something to help put you in the mood to create. With this workshop, creative workshop, it's not just for drawing artists. It was a workshop class for all types of creators. If if you write stories, if you're a poet, if you like writing music, anything that's creative, you could have partook in this. It was just share, which if you're interested in checking out any of them, you can usually find hashtag ArtMakerCircle on Instagram is one of the big ones. Might be on Twitter for some people, or Tumblr, even Facebook. I just post everywhere, and it's, you can check it out, or it's down here too. So I believe the course is still available. I think if you do a look for, I don't know if it's probably on Nicole PR, so it's Nicole NicolePiar.com. Oh, I'm not even showing it right. Let me see if I can get that on here. Right there. So if you go to this site, I think they still have the workshop, and you can still partake. It's every Monday. They have, and it's free. It's free to join in on this workshop with a group of other creative people. You don't have to pay anything. And what you're looking for is the Art Maker There it is. Art Maker Circle, Nicole Parr. So she'll have it. When I joined, I part of her mailing list, and then she let us know that in the beginning of January she was going to have this workshop. She's probably going to do others. This is it's going to be 4 projects, so 4 weeks. We're only on week 2, so yeah. If you join in now, you might have time to get in this, or you might be able to do the last 2 projects, which is 3 and 4. I think because when I looked, so I had somebody who was interested in possibly joining last. What was it? I think last week they saw some of the stuff I did and were interested, and I looked on there and said, it showed like you can still join, and so check it out. It's interesting. If you're someone who wants to create, but you want something to inspire you, or just have a group of people as you're posting on Instagram to be kind of like, hey, I want I'm showing this is what I created for the project. Hey, I want some suggestions and ideas, or just sharing. It's a community. It's so far so good. I've only done one, but anyways, this is for this one. The themes. Feel free to use one or more of these to inspire you, inspire your piece, or disregard them. Take what serves you and leave the rest. So you have your. Let's see if I can get this to focus. There's the. Oh, come on. There we go. There we are. So secure, luxurious, abundant, whole. So you have all of this list. See which one's all. Since this is a ritual, in a way, or not ritual, but just a established rhythm, but also most of this theme is to kind of break away from how you might typically draw or create, to kind of try it. Was kind of the idea, or one of the things I was kind of joining, because I'm very mechanical. Like one of my things that I have a problem with is like watercolor, because I don't have control over the medium. So I know they give you the option to be able to choose through this, but if I have any sort of ritual, it's, playing like D&D and stuff or anything, or I think of D&D with that. So we have this, and I'm thinking I'm going to roll the die. So this is a 10-sided die, and I'm going to pick there's 10 on this side, 10 here, 10 here. So I'm thinking I'm going to roll and have it hit on one of these each. And I might try to incorporate if I feel it inspires me. If I feel like I would like one more thing, or if I don't want to use one, I'll decide. But I'm going to try doing a random to help me decide before I start kind of sketching out an idea. Okay, so 1. Secure. Okay. 5. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Rest. 2, 3, 4, 5. Nourish. Ooh, this is tough. Oh, no. Rest. And secure. Oh. I feel like I want an object, or can I think of something that's secure, rest, and nourished? So now, I have to, if I'm just going to do those, I'll put in, wish I had a D3, or I could have a D3, but let's go digital. Okay, pick one more thing, but I'm going to try doing another random. There we go. Yeah, it's always going to pick a 0. -1, that is weird. 1D3. Oh. Okay, 1. 9. Bear! That's interesting. Okay, if I choose... I didn't work on the D3 because I don't have one. I don't feel like reaching to grab mine from my dice bag. So, I wanted an object. Solid and community don't seem to say anything, so we'll go with bear. Bear! So we'll try to incorporate something that feels like this into this. Secure. Trying to think of words. It makes me think of or I'll pick rest. I think, I bed. Get pillow, sleep. So I think of things like eyes being closed. So I'm just brainstorming some just thoughts. Nourished, I think of food. Think of feeling healthy. So like a healthy meal. I'll say meal. I think of then with nourished, I think of things like apples, fruits, or the periodic table, or whatever you call that, the food pyramid thing. I know, you have all the different food pyramid types of stuff. Let's see. Yeah, bear. I just think bear. I don't need to think of anything for that. Usually I only do this kind of list of brainstorming when I'm trying to, it's not something physical. So I could, like, with a bear, be kind of like, thinking a brown bear, or if it's a bear on its hind legs. Things like that's usually what I visually try to think of when I do a bear. If I'm just going to do a bear ear, or a bear claw, or is it going to be a bear print? And that could be interesting if I do something abstract a bit. So, okay. Secure. So secure, I think lock. And key. Door. Castle walls. Kind of like a fortification. Which I, secure as well. I would like think blanket as well. Because you kind of like, if you're scared, at least for, you have that thing, or if you're scared, you like hide underneath a blanket. So I can. I think this is a good start. A rope, or like something that's tied, like you secure the knots on your shoe, or secure a knot. So, knots. No, I'm spelling knots like Knott's Berry Farm. So forgive me. Like, when I'm trying to think visually in art, I just forget about how to properly spell stuff. That could be right. I don't know. I'm not gonna search. I'm just trying to get ideas flowing. I think, okay. Things that I like that I think I could do with that, possibly door. Don't think I want to do, like, we'll see. Because with that, then it would be, bricks and things like that. But archers, but I'll just do that. I kind of like the idea of sleeping for rest, or having like closed eyes. Those ones seem pretty like I could visually see something with that. Yeah, maybe I won't do bear, because I decided what I was gonna do was pick one from each. Nourished. So I might have. I'm thinking fruits and apples and things like that. Or it might even, if I say this, I might even just choose colors that feel like a nourishing color. Which would be, when I think, greens, is usually used for a lot of health diet things, so okay. I don't know if I should sketch with this or if I should just... Usually I go, yes, you should sketch, but maybe I should just try being loose and whatever I create. I haven't done that in a long time. I do sometimes, but usually I do a sketch and then that sketch I take it and do a final product. But if it's something I draw a lot of, then I won't do sketches, but oops, I need to shrink it down. There we go. Okay, that's fine. Okay, so and if I feel like I want to pick any of these other things, if I do want to add in a bear or something like that, I might. We'll see. But I think I want, because I want to use markers, so I'll still make this a sketch in a way. Oh yeah, I forgot. I might use some ink if it's still good. Yeah, it's still good. I have my fine tip one. I could have the bigger one, but I also have some brushes. Okay. So I choose a side. You have two sides of the paper. You have the soft side, or you have the more one that has some ridges on it. I might pick the soft. Yeah, no, we'll pick the part that has some texture to it. Yeah, I usually go for the softer one because I want more of the Illustrator form. But I'm trying to. We're testing things out, or I am. Anybody watching, just enjoying the ride. I'm going to put in some music, which again I can't, cannot play in here, or like, that one. Might do, trying to decide what kind of music would say earth. You know, sun, I kind of went with more happy, upbeat stuff. I might do some more classical, or maybe I'll do more of a Celtic kind of, or instrumental kind of folk music, but with no lyrics, or very limited lyrics. If there's lyrics, I might start singing, and nobody wants that. Since it's... Do I have ruler? Where's my ruler? I thought I had a ruler here. I'll probably put it in... Oh, there it is. Since this is for... Usually I'm going to post on Instagram, I'm going to do a square in this. There's something interesting. Move some things. You know what? For my rituals, I'm not going to include a fancy candle, because I need room. Might show a photo of what this looks like, because actually I might pick someone else for Earth. Because I think Earth is being strong. Like, maybe it's because of Avatar, The Last Airbender. So you have the Earth tribe. Yeah. But because he had things like bear, I don't feel like, it's still nice and peaceful and everything. But okay, so this is, I know it's by, this paper is 9 by 12, but I want to do kind of a, I might do a square and have it go a little bit beyond it, but I want to do, I need to get a different pencil. Also trying to do this with it being flat, because usually when I'm drawing, I'll do this instead of straight flat down. So there'll probably be me picking it up once in a while. I should just do one ear, because I think I talk too loud while I have both earbuds in. So, I wonder if I can do, I'm looking at the monitor, seeing if I, for this, or I'll try to do this constantly, but I can do it for this part, because drawing a straight line with a ruler. It's one of the things I always hear people say is, they're like, I'm so bad at drawing, I can't even draw a straight line. And I'm like, neither can I. That's why I use a ruler. You line it. It's not going to probably be a perfect square, but just to give me an area. I'm going to do, yeah, I'll do 2.5 to 6.5. See, I'm failing. I'm playing music with lyrics and already wanting to hum and sing along. Using an H pencil. This is a bit light, so you're not going to see much. Okay. So I can go beyond this, but at least have a foundation. It's not a perfect square, I guarantee you. Because I probably needed to have this higher up. Yeah, if I was doing it. Yeah, 4.5 should make it. Just to see where 4 would be. If I do this, I'd want it to break above. One of the things is trying to draw a straight line. Wow. We have shadows. There. Oh, come on. There. Really not wanting to be in focus. Let me fix this. It might be better. They don't need to do any auto focusing. No, it's pretty annoying. Yeah, it's better. Maybe I'll do. looking up references real quickly. Trying to find people aren't horribly photoshopped, but just anatomy. There we go. Oh, wrong pencil. think I'll. Yeah, that sounds. So it's becoming more dreamlike than anything. This is the rest part, but. Trying to pick a fruit. Hmm. Actually. Okay. Yeah, we'll have more control. I'll use some Macron pens. And to get more pens. Let me make... Yeah, it'll look not perfect, but... maybe I'll go for really dark hair. So if I do that, I don't have to worry about mistakes on some things. Well,
muscle.
Thank you for the warning.
Saw signs of ink.
Huh?
So that it looked like you're inking. So.
I am inking. Experimental inking, so if I already did like a mistake and then I decided to go with it. Decided to try to make it work. Okay. But yeah, the mistake was here. Or I accidentally smushed it with my hand and I was like, well, let me see what I can do. Okay, so I gotta let this dry. Should probably put in the message just so it's in here of the where this is.
Are you watching anything or?
No, I wasn't.
Okay.
That's why I was curious why you left it on.
I left it on for you.
Oh.
Because I thought you would want to watch.
Well, if I've had too many times where they're like, "Oh, hey, this audio is not approved" or something.
Oh.
So then they take off the.
You get a DMCA or something.
Well, they silence the audio on my stream sometimes. So I decided to put on my headset. It's boring for anybody watching because it's just watching me draw. Well, maybe it's not boring to them. I probably think it's boring because I'm like, who would be interested? And I did have some people watching, but.
No.
But, yeah.
You know, I think about people who come by and watch you at conventions.
Yeah. Gotta let this dry. Then I have to erase, and then color a bit. Might be able to erase some areas. The strawberry might be done. Yeah. And the other artist seeing me do that is going, no, you could have smeared it just by doing that, but I'm pretty sure it was good. That is not, I know. try not to draw people, like, for some of these, if it's trying to think beyond, but I don't know, it's where I connect emotionally. I want to tell a story or something, so. And since this is earth, have strawberry, vines, leaves, and I figured this will be roots. All adding in the art elements, or the earth elements of it. But loosely, but still putting in rest, nourishment, security is, I figure, the key, or just the security of a blanket. Security blanket. Yeah. Okay. Might be able to. Thinking about doing strawberry coloring that are, I think I've seen strawberries, or at least the ones I remember used to grow, sometimes they would have some green to it. Though, nourishment would be, what would be probably red. I probably should do all red. Yeah. Don't want to do a not yet ripe strawberry since I'm trying to do nourishment. Vermilion. Cadmium red. I can always go right. It's cadmium red. Use my printout to see. Yeah, I think it's too orange. Yeah, nope. That's gonna be too similar. Burnt. Sienna. Could also use this as a chance to. Might actually do. I'll do cadmium red. Check out my markers, make sure I got enough ink for the convention that's next month. So I'm doing Long Beach Comic Expo in February during so me and my husband will be there with our Zombie Ranch comics, and what were the dates again, Clint? It was February. It's our anniversary weekend. It's which I know is the 18th. So is it the 18th and 19th, or 17th and 18th? The second one, 17th and 18th? Okay. So, February 17th and 18th, I'll be at Long Beach Comic Expo. So come and see me there. Otherwise, the next one's going to be WonderCon Anaheim. And I think the one after that, sometimes I get invited to do go to certain comic book stores for free comic book day, but usually I won't. I usually hear that sometime after WonderCon, but we'll see. But the other one I do is San Diego Comic-Con. I do not have a booth at the moment. Sometimes we're on a waiting list. But I am in the art show. So there is an art show, so that I will have some of my artwork there. So anybody that goes... Last year, the art show for the San Diego Comic-Con art show was... you did not have to have a badge to go in and check it out. And I'm going to partake in their print shop. So I'll have some prints there. So anybody who can't get in, but like, that are fans of some of my art, like Ducky Corn. That one's really popular. Being known as the Ducky Corn Lady, and I'm honored to be known as the Ducky Corn Lady. But I'll have them, have some prints for those that have wanted one and are going to San Diego Comic Con and enjoy the atmosphere outside of the convention center, but also want to support the arts, support the artists, or just check out some artwork. You can go. It's usually at the hotel. I'll have more details. Just you can go to the San Diego Comic Con website and check out the art show there, or you can follow me, and I'll let you guys know where it is or the details when I figure them out fully. It's probably going to be at the same hotel as last time, I'm guessing, unless they've brought it back into the convention center. But it's one of the neighboring hotels. And that's why you wouldn't need a badge if you wanted to just go in and check out art, or if you wanted to buy art. Then after that is the Long Beach Comic Con. I basically stay in Southern California for now. So it'll be Long Beach Comic Con's usually in September. But I have all of the events information of what I have so far on the on my artofdawn.com website, so you can check those out if you ever wanted to come and see me at a booth, say hi, buy a Zombie Ranch comic, and we'll sign it, no extra fee, unless you want something specifically doodled. Sometimes I get requests of, I usually do a little doodle, but if somebody's like, draw me as a zombie, then it's like, then yes, I don't, sadly can't afford to do that for free. Should yeah, no, it still really does not wanna. That's the best I can do. I think part of it's lighting. Yeah, and I might show the end of this the crazy rig that I have here. As my husband was like, "You're a mad woman." One day I might be able to afford to get better cameras, better lighting. If anyone ever wants to support in any of that, or just to support my art, I also have a Patreon, so you can, if you wish, you can support me there. Okay, usually the seeds are dark, but yeah. It's been a while. I used to grow strawberries, and I was very impatient as a kid. So we used to have a little farm, and I remember once going, I really wanted to grow strawberries, and I learned how, or we did, and almost the moment they started growing, it was just, had to pick them and eat them. So very sour. start coloring the areas that I feel are drier.
Cat's not in here. They're on the bed.
Oh, I'll shoo her out when I go to bed if you want. If you
No,
don't
she's
wanna be
not.
bad
She's
guy.
up on the bed, so not too upset. And yeah, she can be in there. I'm gonna go to bed, but yeah, just do the thing. When you come to bed.
Do the thing, Julie.
Chew the cat.
Normally I would do more research to make sure I was picking proper greens or making sure okay, that's what that's supposed to look like, or but I'm just kind of trying to get this ready just for tomorrow. This green is not going to last long. I can already tell I need more of this green. Usually get a lot of my Copic marker refills during conventions like WonderCon. Sometimes they have some places that'll have Copic markers at Long Beach Comic Expo or Comic Con, but I think I get it more from San Diego. Well, San Diego actually, weirdly, last year didn't have that much in Copics. I think, weirdly enough, because I went to E3. Went to E3 last year, and I think I actually saw a Copic booth or some marker booth or something, like the art supplies booth, which I was like, well, that's surprising. But which I don't know if I want to go. It almost feels, you know, like I'd always wanted to go to E3, and I went finally, using my art credentials and networked and such. Green, green, do new leaf, and I need like a dark, Spanish olive's dark enough? Yeah. But it, you know, it was fun, but ever since, you know, I've started, you know, I've always been into games. I always heard when I started hearing about E3, it's like, oh, I could go and just learn more about, you know, stuff, and, you know, I can ask them questions about some of my favorite games, or get some of the, you know, I'm not a journalist, but I still do. I would, if like I was ever asked like, oh hey, we want you to do some art for the game, or this video game we're doing, I'd be like, yes, usually, you know, depending on what it is. And if I have a bunch of other stuff to do, I need to fix that. Because it's always a factor if I end up going, oh, I'd love to, but right now, I have a bunch of projects. Right now, I don't have that many projects because I kind of wanted to take a break, so no commissions. And well, I have one commission, but I kind of have it on hold. Just sort of because I spoke with a person and they're like, oh yeah, no, take a break, because I had my birthday week. That was fun, you know. Or I had my birthday and people over for the holidays, and many things going on. So sometimes I get asked to do things and I hate having to say no because I have all these other projects or, happening. And they're on a deadline and I can't. But, maybe one day one of those projects will be like a video game. But anyways, E3, I went, and it just seems like it's more interesting probably if you're press. I don't know, it might change because I think last year was the first year it was open to the public. Or much more easier to get to for the public. But the vibe there was still, you would, every year go there and I see promo stuff for the Call of Cthulhu, or just Lovecraft-like themed games, and I love Lovecraft stuff. And other games I've been like, I haven't heard anything about, and I want to just be like, so can you just tell me anything? And they can't. And I know it's probably because they're like, I don't want to talk to press people. But anyways, I'll be at conventions with the ones that I said, or go to artofdawn.com. And you can see some of them there. I don't know what color I should. We could make her, again, for the things that I picked, secure, rest, nourished, and probably I was thinking of having the blanket go from black to some color, so maybe she should just be a normal skin tone, or I'll do the blanket last. Do the key. I'll probably get that's too. I want like a rusty looking key. Like a gold, like a so far so good. Pretty good, yeah. Could have her lips be the matte, like similar to that. Nourishment, I still think nourishment is being like green and red, so yeah. You have to always usually be careful in doing green and red, because she goes to sleep with a bunch of lipstick on. I'll probably just pale it out. Pale like blush. Don't want it to be like, oh, I always go to bed with a bunch of lipstick on. Then just smears all over your pillow or wherever. Maybe she ate a bunch of strawberries and it like stained her lips red. I don't know. I don't know if that's possible. Probably. I've eaten enough strawberries for probably just. I love strawberries. Beige. Oh. Yeah, I'll do regular colors. Maybe next one, if there's one that's much more. Because I figure so far as sun, earth, it could do. Next one might be water or dreams. If I have one that's It's specifically meant to be surreal. I'll do that. Oh, goodness, I hate it when I do that. I knew the hair was probably not ready. And so I've already messed up her arm. And there. I'll just see if I can do something. Could do her hand at least. Should be doing dabbing instead of pulling. I mean, that's usually what I get asked, like, how do you not smear ink everywhere? One, usually what I do is I ink and then I wait, like I'll stop and then I would color tomorrow. Might still have to do that. Her hair I could do. Well, I might still do like a, might just still make her hair a dark color. Goodness, I really should have waited. Really should have waited. You can kind of see some of it. Well, I don't know. All that's black instead of cover. Okay, so I get a piece of paper and you try to dab out the color. Nope. There's also tricks for if you do mess up. Smear. It's also the other thing, like, well, you know, I've known many people who've drawn and they feel like I messed it up, I have to start all over again. And I've told many people, or you know, many starting artists, mess up, see if you have an opportunity, you know, like a trained artist will make that mistake work. One of them for me was this part on the bottom. I really messed up there. But I went, oh, I'll try doing this technique. You learn techniques, or you learn how to just work with mistakes. You know, like right now, also, like if I have any smear over her eyelid, well, she went to bed with eyeshadow. Again, it's like, why do you go to bed with a bunch of makeup on? I'll blend that in. I think I have most of my shadows going this way, but could just be not exact. Even if it is going this way, then they would have some shadows that would, the hair, I figure, would cover. blending. Again, into my ears. Ah. Oh well. Knew I should have put something underneath my hand. That area's gonna be cut off anyways, so. Because the dimensions are more like here, so that's an okay mistake. So. Yeah, that'll work. This is why I usually don't work this late. But okay, so I think it's turned out alright. Have the key for secure, which I have right there. Let's see if we can put it here. Let's see if I can do an auto, because this one I only do auto. Figure, camera control. Okay, now it's blurry. Let's see if I can get this. There we go. Okay. Should probably scan it. I have the key for the secure, and I put a lock in her hand. And strawberry as being kind of health, or the other part of it, which was nourishment. Since the main theme was earth, yeah, I decided to put some vines. Green was the color. We have roots on the bottom. And the rest, she's obviously sleeping. It's kind of all, not entirely like a dream sequence. So, because if there's a dream sort of theme that happens tomorrow or whatnot, then I can put that. Oh, I should put that there. My name. And there we are.